Jay, you're still alive.
Yeah.
I thought you'd call it. I thought you'd call it a life after the Trumpster won.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I can't believe he did it. I really did think the uber elite, the global elite, just wanted this man gone. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Um, yeah. I mean, I can't believe it. Like I'm not full in. You know, into all of his. I economically, I'd much rather have him. I told you, but I mean, it's just wild. It's wild. It's gonna be interesting. You got to hang in there, Jay, another 4 years just to see what this man does. I mean, it's just wild. I mean, yeah. So, did you watch any of it or no?
Not really. I was surprised that he anyway,
Yeah, well,
he did,
at the end of the day, you know how it is. It's people vote out of their pocketbooks, and just with inflation, we're very. It's not what have you done for me lately, not what have you done for me in the past. It's just people voted out of their pockets or what they don't have in their pockets with inflation and everything else. So yeah. There's only who was the other president to have done this? Was it Humphrey or I forgot who? There's only one other president
uh,
to.
yeah. What's her name? Harris.
Not Harris was his
And then,
opponent. No, I'll figure it out. I'll email it to you. Yeah, there's only one other president who lost and then came back. Yeah. Um. So yeah, it's just a. I mean, the man is just such a brute. He's such an asshole. Even at I mean, he's not much younger than you, and you gotta, regardless of everything, you gotta tip your hat off. Tip your hat to him. For being so. At the end of this, he'll be older than Biden, so it's going to be interesting to see, if he declines or how he declines physically and mentally, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, you gotta just tip your hat for. I mean, all that energy. I mean, that he was doing on the campaign. I mean, it was everywhere. Both him and Harris. I mean, it just takes a lot of energy. So, God, yeah, it's wild. Of course, no one cares here. None of the students. Plus, it's getting colder here. Um, but yeah. Anyway, I got my ID. Did I send it to you? I think maybe I sent it to you. A month and a half at this university. I finally got my campus ID. So that works. The door locks with the key card, so I'm able to use that. Finally have my card to get in and out of my university, little room here. It's supposed to work at. They give us a little money for food at the market, but then I needed a passcode, and I guess that's the last 6 digits of my passport, so I'll try that again today. And then I think it's the same code that gets me into the lunch here, but I'm not sure if I showed you it. I mean, this is a big university. It's I don't know in terms of I mean, obviously you're familiar with, well, obviously Loyola. I would say, Jay, it is where you were, right? That campus of Loyola. I would say this university is about, in terms of, well, people, at least three times, but the size is about two and a half. So you can only imagine the faculty, and they only have one faculty dining room. So yeah, you know, me being the only foreigner, and it's like not just knowing you're the foreigner, but visually, it just gets awkward, right? Because they're all Chinese, right? So it's like, I might just grab my lunch, maybe stay in line, try to take it to go or something. But so yeah, a month and a half, and I finally sorted that out, and then hopefully pay will be coming up next week, and then everything else is gravy. But yeah, Chicago's got to be. That's pretty. That's pretty much. Well, I think he maybe Harris carried another State, I don't know. I didn't look at the final results. I was just laughing. It was just comical. And then, but I mean, Illinois obviously went Harris, but yeah, Chicagoans have got to be shocked that Trump
Yeah,
won.
well,
What's that?
no, I said, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you knew it's, and then of course I was watching. You just want to see the aftermath, and I'm watching The View, which is based out of New York, very liberal, anti-Trump, and it doesn't take them very long to then get into playing the race card. Give me a fucking break. I'm so tired of that, especially in America. Like we are diverse. It's like enough of this already. It's just nonsense. That will always be. If I run for politics, then I'm going to use that. If I lose to a black, I'm going to say it's a race card. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, everybody. It's such garbage, especially when people have had the advantages of being a certain race and getting that promotion, right? Affirmative action on all of these government policies, right? Especially that they've gotten benefits from it, and then still use the race card is just so defaming and disgusting, in my opinion. But yep, that's America. But the world, man, the world's got to be in a hangover. like what to expect for the next 4 years. I don't know. I think he'll temper down Putin, but Ukraine's not going to be the size it was. I think Putin's going to, they're going to negotiate a settlement, and the size of Ukraine's going to shrink, right? Obviously. What do you think?
I'm not positive about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think? I mean, you think Putin's going for the whole shebang? He wants all of Ukraine back?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to make a point. Yeah.
So. I don't think he'd want to do it, but I don't think he's going to do it.
Right. I think he wanted to make a statement, of which he did, right? And then, but he's going to take. There's going to be slivers of it that's going back to Mother Russia. That's for sure. As far as, and then I don't know, what do you think Trump will do with Israel? Boy, Netanyahu certainly. I think he likes Trump. He's more of a Republican than he is an American Democrat. What do you think is going to happen in the Middle East now? Do you think Trump will do anything?
Well, he's not going to do much, but he's Republican, and what's his name?
Netanyahu. Netanyahu. Yeah. So you think he's gonna? You think he's gonna let? He's just gonna let Israel continue?
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. So. Anyway, that's about it. Yeah, and then I've got that. I'll send you the PPT if you have a time. If you ever, bored, you want to look at what I'm creating for. So I've got to give a teacher presentation, right? Introduction. It's always like reverse engineering. I'm sure these teachers, they haven't had the luxury of another teacher outside of my colleague here for several years because of the virus. So they want to see how we teach English, right? So, it's just busy work, but I don't mind doing, a seminar on it. So I'll do that next week. I just finished my PPT. I'll try to send it to you via this WhatsApp if you want to have a look. And then that's it. Yeah, just trying to, finish Mom's book. I wrote, again, I just have to come up to the realization that Carrie, I'm just never going to see her again, right? Not in this lifetime. Both this, who's Norma Selinsky or whatever, the one that, your cousin, or I don't know who this woman is. So I guess she had spoken of, Carrie was just so weird, very secretive. Mom, your sister, locked every door. Just she got so, paranoid, just so weird. So I never met this Norma. So I asked her, I go, well, if you speak to Mommy, because everyone else can call in. There's a handful of us that the state has barred, right, for whatever reason. now they're saying that Carrie doesn't want it. Well, then that's fine. Can't you just videotape her saying, Corey, Corey, I love you, but I don't want to see you. Like I don't understand why they can't do that. Just put my mind at rest. But they're all just a bunch of bottom feeding cocksuckers, in my opinion. And then her college roommate. You never met her. This Pam Basil. Do you remember Pam Basil? That was her non-married name. Basil? Jay?
No, not still.
Okay, so that was one of Carrie's college roommates, her college friends at Northern Illinois, right? So she never gets back to me. So I said, I put it straight away. I said, well, Pam, I take it that you not getting back to me means, in my opinion, you've spoken to Carrie, and she doesn't want to see me, and you just don't want to say so, right? Or B, that you haven't spoken to her for whatever reason, and you're just bowing out, right? I think those are probably the only two options. So, yeah, it's hard. You saw the picture of her. She's not, again, I think you're right, JB. I think she could just be mentally a vegetable,
Well, I just saw that one picture, and she's not a vegetable, but she's turned the corner for another life, and
Yeah.
she's leaving stuff behind her, and she's doing new stuff,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Now, do you, growing up Catholic yourself? I mean, you got baptized and all that jazz with the folks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then becoming the Buddhist, thinker that you are, what do you envision for the afterlife? Do you think there's anything after our physical lives, or you think it's just not nothingness?
No, I'm a scientist and a naturalist, so I think when you leave, you leave,
But you don't believe in spirits or anything?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah, interesting. Right. No. Because that's the whole, that's a big part of Catholicism, right? And the Holy Ghost, right? So yeah, I don't know. I would like to think that maybe, families and, loved ones, you maybe get spiritually, maybe you get reunited, but yeah, I agree with you. I think we're all just.
I mean, who do you get together with your family? I mean, you go.
No, I would like to think that everything is, like a very, as you would say, Pollyannish. Like everything is rosy. Like it's like hate and discord is no more. You get along with, you see family, you see everybody. Like not a heaven or nirvana, but it's just like kind of a, a spiritual welcoming, I guess would be a good English word. I don't know.
Well, I think if you want to believe it, good for.
Yeah, until yeah, right.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, you know what I saw? I saw one time, online. I don't know where. I got to check this out. I'll send it to you. I thought this was a pretty good way to go out. It depends on what disease. I'm happy that I don't know if Cliff agreed to it, but I know they donated his brain for Parkinson's research. So I'm all for that. If I start coming down with something, whoever, I don't know, Tyler's got, he's 10, whatever, whoever's going to have my directives, right? I got to start thinking about that too, right? Is to donate whatever to science. But then my remains, I thought this was an interesting idea, but you would have to have land or property, right? To where they have, I think it was like a Leave It to the Swedes or something, right, JB? Where they put you in like the fetal position and surround you with like fertilizer or what have you, and you're buried, but out from in you or out from you grows a tree. right? So I thought that would be kind of interesting, right? To become a tree. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try to find the link. I don't know if you've been using the links that I send you.
I want to be incinerated, and you can throw it in the
In the
ocean.
yeah, no. I think you said that. You said that to Lynn, and yeah. Well, I thought you said right. Didn't you say something about loyal on the beach?
Well, wherever,
Yeah.
could you be
Well,
beach
all
or
right.
just
Yeah. Huh.
wherever,
Well, how about how about I find Donald Trump and I throw you in his face? Would that be all right?
anywhere. You can throw it in the toilet.
Yeah. Well,
Sooner or later to get there.
you and your mother, because Renee, you guys are more similar than not, Jay. I know you hate to say that, but you and Irene, your mother, Renee said the same thing. She goes, "I don't give a shit." She goes, "Just throw me in the garbage can." After she, you know.
Basically, I don't know what she said, but
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Everything else is good. Oh, you must have, boy. I bet all the nurses. I bet you heard wails of disappointment in the halls there, right? After Trump won.
I haven't heard from anybody other than what I've got on
No,
the TV.
I
So
meant your nurses, your lovely nurses at the hospital. I bet everybody was disappointed. Okay.
I don't hear nurses. I mean, they do what they're supposed to do, and they're pleasant.
Yeah. No,
You
they
know,
are a great staff, man. You're again, JB. You're very lucky, very fortunate, right? Very fortunate. So, all right, man. I love you. I'll give you a ring like Saturday your time or something. All right.
so,
All right. Love you,
sounds
man.
great.
All right. Love you, buddy. Bye bye.
Uh,
Bye bye. Bye bye.